Hello everybody and welcome to day 11 of the 21-day challenge. I've set myself to talk about ceremony and ritual, and today we're going to talk about the element of fire and where that appears and how that appears on your altar. So in the Pachacuti Mesa tradition that I've talked about, fire is in the east and is called Inti Taita and refers to the sun. In the Celtic tradition, it's in the south. So, as I keep saying, you can place any of your objects anywhere you care to. So, why do we have fire represented on our altar? Well, fire is a strong, transformative, purifying aspect. It's our life force. It's our passion. It's our doing, our action. It's a very yang energy. It's a strong summertime energy, hence associated with the sun. It's a kind of yes energy, a doing energy. We get fired up, literally, don't we, about things that we want to do, about people, about places we want to go. And we also talk a lot about getting burnt out. So it's very important to have a balanced relationship with fire. And that's why when you're connecting with your item that you're placing on your altar, that you actually take that into consideration and have that awareness and have that kind of knowing about how you use your own fire within you. There are lots of practices that you can do. There's one in Kundalini Yoga called the breath of fire, which is a really strong breath that develops the fire within, which when you're perhaps a little not feeling very motivated, you can use. You can go and see online what the breath of fire is like rather than me standing here and doing it. It's not something I find easy, but I do use it if I really think, God, I need to sort of buck up and get a little bit of energy or courage behind what I'm doing here. So fire is transforming. It's purifying, it's liberating, it's creative, it's strong sexual energy, it's life force energy, and it's how we use it. We can use it to transform. There are lots of practices that you can do. A lot of us love to sit around a fire and look in the fire and see the shapes dancing, and we can create all kinds of pictures. It's a great way of stimulating the imagination. It's used for divination in certain traditions. We can imagine going through a fire. If we want to let go of something, so something that's in the past, something that no longer serves us, we can imagine creating like a ring of fire that when we walk through it, that all gets burnt and is left behind. And we're walking into a new space, a more fertile space. And we often see it in nature as well, where fires have taken place and new growth comes. So on your altar, you want to place something that to you symbolizes fire, the element of fire. So it can be something like a picture of the sun or an ornament of the sun. Quite often it's a candle or incense, but there are animals that symbolize the sun. Lions, fire dragons, salamanders, all sorts of animals. And then there are plants that are very associated with fire, like holly, thorn, thistle, sunflowers. So all sorts of things that you can place on your altar that for you symbolize the element of fire. Again, when you take your item, whatever it may be, You want to connect with it. Even if it's just a candle. Maybe perhaps have a holder for your candle, because then that is a container for the fire, but it also, when your candle burns out, you still have something to connect with. So do again that connection with your object on your altar. You know, look into it, feel into it, feel into this element of fire. What does it mean to you? Where is your fire? Where do you place your fire? Where might your fire be out of control? Like your anger. Do you suppress your fire? Like your anger. Anger and fire are very connected. Strong emotions. So fire can be very destructive, but also very constructive. So connect with that within you and see what this means to you. And when you put it on your altar, what does it symbolize for you? And as I've said before, you take your item, after you've connected with it, and you fukui, that is blow strongly into the item. It's like blowing your essence, your connection into it. Also, you can blow a prayer or an intention. And so you blow like this. And then you click. And that kind of seals it. So that's fire. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about ether, which is also considered sometimes as your presence on the altar, you as the rainbow bridge. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then that will be us finished with altars, and we'll talk some more about how other ceremonies that you can do and how we'll prepare for the summer solstice, which is about fire. So there we go, and thank you once again for all your comments and your sharing. I just don't feel like I'm up here on my own when you engage with me, so thank you. But also too, I feel like it is of some benefit if I get comments from you, and if you're sharing, then I feel other people may benefit. So thank you very much once again. Take care. Bless you all.